Hello, and welcome to the Inclusive Special Education Program. What a way to start your journey in this new cohort. My name is Ashley Cartel Johnson. I prefer to go by Ashley. I am really looking forward to 220 with you. And so this is your introduction to both the field of inclusive education as well as to our program. Now, I will be honest that I'm a teensy bit nervous as well about the uncertainty. I'm really hopeful that we're going to have an opportunity come later September to have a hybrid model where we will be face-to-face in some way. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and we're going to hope for the best. Either way, we're going to make the best of this time together, and I'm really looking forward to it. I wanted to take a few minutes just to review the syllabus and to introduce myself and to just briefly describe my thoughts up until this point about what this class is going to look like. So this is a 1 credit hour class, credit, no credit, and it's based in field experiences in special education. And so it's a little tricky in that our local school district is starting with all remote distance learning. And so typically for this class, we partner with Talawanda School District, but they recently announced that school will be starting online. And so we're going to figure that out. Let me jump to the syllabus here. I have my contact information listed in the syllabus. I've posted my cell phone here. I am more than happy to accept phone calls or text messages. I'm teaching 5 courses this semester. I have about 200 students, and all of my students are very important to me, but I get a lot of emails. So if there's something that you would like for me to answer quickly, I don't mind in any way if you send me a text message. That is just fine. I have office hours that will start on Wednesdays, and we'll do those virtually. So also feel free to jump in for an appointment slot on office hours. If that time doesn't work, then I'm happy to meet at any point. We can schedule that. So what we aim to accomplish in this class is to start to learn about what is inclusive special education. You're going to do a much deeper dive into the field of special ed as you start your methods courses next semester. But the intention this term is just to orient you to what your future career will look like. For intervention specialists, you can wear many hats and have many different roles. But my aim is to orient you to the field as well as to help you get some footing in what to expect in our program. Now, as I mentioned, this is a credit, no credit course, and here are the things that I've listed to earn credit in this course. So I'm not throwing a face-to-face field experience for some of you. I know some of you are not back on campus. I'm not throwing it completely out of the window yet. I'm trying to think creatively, and I'm working with some of our school partners, but stay tuned. I'll have more information on that. That being said, though, we still need to focus on field-based activities or experiences for you this term. In McGuffey, we have a student teaching or field experience office, and so the faculty there have given us some ideas and some guidance of how we can still have some field experience hours. And so in the program, you start to accumulate hours to count towards your licensure. And so I'd like for you to review these and start to brainstorm ways that you can accomplish some of these hours. Now, there are several things that I can help you with. Mainly providing videos for you of teachers currently working in the field where you can watch those and reflect on those to get some hours. Now, what I would love to see you accomplish this semester is for you to interview friends or family, teachers who you know in the field who are teaching online, who are going face-to-face. I'm hoping that you can find either a parent who is currently homeschooling kiddos, hopefully a kid with a disability, or that you can identify a teacher, also hopefully an intervention specialist, and have a conversation about what teaching looks like, especially in a pandemic. So we'll spend some more time looking at that. And then really the remainder of your work will be reflecting and responding to those experiences that you're going to have. we will talk a lot about what your program is going to look like. So in this 1 credit hour class, I'm going to help you with scheduling and figuring out semester to semester what your plan of study will be. So one of the assignments and artifacts I'd like for you to create this term is a plan of study, where you're going to submit to me a semester by semester sort of play-by-play of what you'd like to accomplish during your time in this program. And so it's not just what classes that you would like to take, but would you like to seek a certificate, the autism certificate, or would you like to explore a minor in disability studies? Would you like to join the urban teaching cohort or be a part of Best Buddies or our Student Council for Exceptional Children? So we're going to talk about all of those different programs shortly. This is information about your field experience should we have the opportunity to go into schools later in the semester. And I also want to mention students with disabilities know that you need not disclose, but I'm here to support you in any way to make this class as accessible and inclusive as possible. All right, so what you will find is a course schedule. I want to spend the first couple weeks really doing the best we can for you to get to know each other. And so it's a special thing to join a cohort and to have a close-knit group of peers who you will go through your program together. I can say that my best friends today are my cohort mates when I was in the Inclusive Special Ed program at Miami. And so you'll find in this week's module an introduction. So I would like for you to introduce yourselves to each other. Next week, we're going to break out into small groups during our Tuesday 10 o'clock time for you just to have some dialogue and to get to know each other a little bit. We are going to then later, week 3 and beyond, start to jump into having some synchronous time together. There is some content that I can record a video and give it to you, but then there is some content that I think is more important for me to share with you via a Zoom session during our Tuesdays at 10, just so that I can answer questions. So when we get into more of the advising and talking about your schedule, we'll be sure to meet together on Tuesdays at 10. And I will be sure to give you that schedule. There's just lots of things up in the air. I've been told we should know by Labor Day whether or not we're going to come back face to face, and we'll have a more clear picture of what that's going to look like. My daughter's texting me. Okay. Well, I hope that clarifies things a little bit. I'm really looking forward to this term, but as I said, it's going to shape up as we have a clearer idea of what the semester is going to look like, if we're going to stay online or if we're able to do hybrid. And it's also going to shape up once we know whether or not we're going to have some face-to-face field component. So send good vibes out into the universe that we will come together by the end of the semester. All right, I also want to take just a minute to introduce myself. So everyone this week is doing an introduction, and I thought that I would do it via this welcome video. So I am a mom of 2 girls, Izzy and Lucy. Izzy is going into 4th grade. Lucy is going into 1st grade. Cross your fingers that my kids are going to school at some point. We live on a farm just outside of Oxford, Reserve Run Family Farm. And so I've got 2 farm girls who are sort of free-range animal lovers. They had a great time at our county fair this summer. This is my husband, Drew. He's a 3rd generational farmer, my partner in crime, my sidekick. So this was a really sweet little calf that I raised this summer. Her name is Alexis. I named her after Schitt's Creek. Cows are my favorite animals in the world. We raise lots of animals on our farm. We raise sheep. This little lamb was born this summer. She's got chocolate all over her face, I just realized. We also raise goats, pigs. We have llamas, lots of chickens, about 1,000 chickens, lots of ducks, barn cats, 3 dogs. We're really busy on the farm, but in the best way. That was Izzy's little goat, Han. It's our llama, Tina. If I'm not on campus teaching or working or I guess now working from home or busy on the farm, then I'm at Goggin. So I spend a lot of time with the girls at Goggin. They've both been figure skating since shortly after they learned to walk. They're both also doing synchronized skating. This is some of our faculty whom I work with. This was a trip to the zoo last summer. Many of you know Molly Kelly, as she's our chief departmental advisor, and she's my co-coordinator. She's my also my sidekick. This is the Inclusive University program, now called the Access Miami program. So one of my ultimate goals in my professional career at Miami is to start a fully inclusive and accessible college program for students labeled with intellectual disabilities. Every summer, this crew come to Miami's campus to live in the dorms and take a disability studies class with me. Many of the students were my former students when I'm teaching middle school who are now college age. So this program runs with volunteers, Miami students. Many of them are inclusive special ed majors, some of whom have graduated and come back every summer to take part in the program. We really missed the program this summer, but we did some fun virtual things, and we got together to do some socially distant art projects. All right, so that is a little bit about me. Take some time this week to introduce yourself and get to know each other. We'll get to know each other a bit more next week, and I will continually have updates for you as we go. I will be sharing an update early next week about the cohort application as well. My goal is for us to digitize that. Typically you turn in hard copies, but that's just not really feasible right now. So I will have an update on your cohort application shortly. If you don't have an active background check, just something to be thinking about, given the opportunity to go face to face to a classroom for a field experience, you will need a current BCI check to be able to do that. If you're here locally, you can do that at at the Miami Police Department down by the Stables off of 73. Okay, we are going to have a great term together. You will see more of me in the program, and I'm hoping that will look really different next semester. I teach the methods courses for your moderate intensive content. So I'm looking forward to this term and to getting to know you. Have a great day.